And we are live. The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have finally a sleeping 4-year-old
Yay.
and 1.5-year-old.
Wow. Okay. And I have a somewhat sleeping 9-year-old now and a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that just it shows where we're at the moment because my goodness, it's in my household it has been just a roller coaster of evenings where the two of them are just not sleeping, which is it's a toy of emotion because they were sleeping for a while and now it's just
you had that phase. Now they're gone.
They're pretty good about going through the night, but even just in last night it's so frustrating because like you're so tired.
Yeah.
You're so tired as a dad. And he refused to go to sleep until 9:30. And he brings out this, I don't know if you have similar, but it's just this cavalcade of excuses. It's like,
yes.
I have to go to the washroom.
Yep.
I'm hungry.
Right.
I have to go to the washroom again. I'm cold. I need my truck from downstairs to sleep. And it's like,
yes, exactly.
You need none of these things.
No.
Like, does yours have similar? Are they still doing that type of thing? Does that stop?
Yeah, it doesn't stop. They get smarter, and you have to adapt. So you have to wonder if they actually need what they need, because they will manipulate you forever until the end of time. So no, it doesn't stop. It just gets different.
Cool. And
Same thing, man.
And it's smart because it's just they're saying things like, or especially mine at my age, his age, because it's like I have to go to the washroom, and you're like, I don't want you to piss the bed.
Yeah.
So it's
that's
like
just more frustration. Yeah.
If I call your bluff and you're not bluffing, damn, like because that comes back on me.
It does, or like well, I'm getting so mad, so I'm gonna angry pee in my bed now because you said I couldn't. Like,
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Show you. I don't care about peeing on myself. It will happen.
But that's just a tip of an iceberg, but a whole world of dad issues we'll kind of talk about in a second. But we'll start. The adult beverages were poured, but more specifically, we have our beer picks of the week. It's a summer tradition we like to do on the podcast where it's every week we come up with a great tasty beer. Jeff's been busy. So
yeah.
Not exactly a craft brew that he has.
Not as much. No.
But that's can you crack yours on? I don't know if you're in a bottle.
Yeah, I've got a bottle actually. So it is not a craft brew, but it is Alexander Keith's. And I will say, I did have the longest week of my life, and this is more of like a comfort beer. This is my base, this is my go-to. So I need it as just my settling beer for me. So it is not a craft brew, but it is still delicious cold.
We'll let you off the hook next week. Will be something good. So we'll open up mine. Just gonna get that beer sound. Oh god, it's everywhere.
Uh-oh. That's live
A
television.
little bit of fizzing, yeah. Yeah, so this one, I'm going to blow the name.
Okay.
But I discovered it. This is, what I like about this is, especially when I go back a couple times to buy the same one.
Yep.
Like, I love that as a marquee of something that like I've actually really enjoyed. So this is and it's a French name, so I'm really going to blow it. If you happen to catch me on it, that'll be great. But Etienne Brûlé Brewery. So
Where's
it's
that?
the Vagabond Blonde. And that's a organic beer. Let's show that to the...
Okay, yep. Wow, classy.
Yeah, so this he's the first European explorer to journey beyond the St. Lawrence River, fostering deep connections with the people and land of what would become Ontario. In this spirit, we bring you quality beer that is always certified organic. Our flagship ale, the Vagabond, is refreshing, sessionable blonde ale with hints of honey and lemon. So that I can actually attest to. Like it's a super refreshing, light, but not devoid of taste or like character to it. Like just stunning. Like on one of my beer finding missions for the show is one of the ones I picked up and have bought it now a few times since. So that was absolutely delicious. Now I am concerned it's going to be limited to Ontario.
Okay. Yep.
I'm not sure how craft beer this is in the sense of the reach, but that wasn't our biggest chain as far as the LCBO. So if you do come about it, the Vagabond Blonde from Etienne Brûlé Brewery.
Nice.
Absolutely delicious.
Good. Well, as I said, Keats.
And Keats. Nothing wrong with
Available internationally, probably.
Yeah, probably. So what's funny about this show, this podcast in many ways, I've toyed with us changing the name sometimes.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
In some ways, it might as well just be called the Dad Spare Time Podcast. Because then when we miss a week, it's like, oh, of course, like
right, yeah, it's dad. Yeah, we're on dad time.
You ain't got time for a podcast. No, what are you talking about?
We fit it in when we can. We're actually sealed in right now from the family.
Yeah. Our families are beating down the door, desperate. Like this is stolen time.
We got to do this.
Man, but we have been, Jeff and I have been in contact constantly over the last couple of weeks trying to get a date, and night after night for myself, it got real bad as far as me being able to get out and get these kids to sleep. So, I'm finally waking up in a haze at like 11:30. Trying to like, hey, Jeff, you wake real late.
Yeah.
Like Jeff, you had a couple like summer issues and like other things come up with your kids as well, where it's just like,
things were kind of falling apart there for a bit. The kids are in camp a lot, so I will say, just as like a public service announcement, that check your kids for ticks. So,
and we mean the bugs, not the weird behaviors.
No, yeah, it's my youngest son went to a camp, and they were outdoors, kind of in a conservation area, and they loved it. Like you could do a whole bunch of things like kayaking, archery, soccer, whatever, all these other camp games. And then he said he came home and he's like, I got a bump on my head, and knowing kids get bumps a lot, especially my kids. I didn't think much of it, and then later on, I was like, "Oh yeah, let me check that bump." And I'm combing through his hair, and it's this huge tick on the side of his skull. Pretty much grossed me out, grossed my wife out, and I had to look up how to remove a tick. So that's good knowledge to know too. And then we had to go to the doctor, and they give him antibiotics and then send him for blood work. So we're waiting on tests for Lyme disease, which they say is pretty rare with this particular tick. So he's fine right now. We're just waiting to hear back. But in the meantime, he's on antibiotics that seems to give him more energy than ever.
Great. So he's growing stronger.
Yeah.
So it was a radioactive tick.
That's right. Oh, God. It's a superhero tick. That's all I need.
No, it's not superhero. It's just super energy. Like he gets no other benefit.
No, that's it.
Except extra energy, just to screw you. Man, that is scary though. Yeah, like it's tempting too. Like because there's just so much constant input from the kids as far as like, I need this, I want that, I go here, I feel this. So the temptation would be like, I have this bump, and there's enough sensory stuff that you get where you're like, all right, fine, that bump, you'll be okay.
Yeah. And he wasn't complaining or anything, and he didn't look funny. He wasn't, didn't have a concussion or anything. It was just, Dad, I got a bump. Okay, that's great. Maybe a mosquito got you. I don't know. Now I know better. Now it's more like, no, let me check it out. The things that you can kind of push off for a little bit, nope, they brought right back into you. So, just be careful.
Yeah. But anyway. No, we're glad to hear that. Like, panned out just fine.
Yeah.
So I'll say like it's cool to hear like with camp and everything. So is that day camp, or do they actually like spend the night?
It's day camp. There was one night where they did spend the night over. Cool. And that was a cool experience for us to have.
They had a time of their life, and they expanded. No. They stayed home and drank, and it was
it was part of the single life again. No, it was a good intro into it too, right? Where they got away for a night, and then the rest is just day camps. So they're there from basically 8 to 4:30. Bust out to the campsite and then back. So it was kind of neat it was really hot here in Ontario, so they did get a lot of heat and had to take breaks, but they love it. And it's good to see that, because a lot of kids do not like camp or get sick of it. And we haven't really hit that wall yet, though it is coming. But we have totally different camps next week. So we're on to Taekwondo is next. So it's it's like a constant vacation for them and not for us. But that's what it is. You sign up for this is what you get. So
yeah, it's all different. Like, it is an entirely different feel as a summer. And that strikes me. That strikes me every summer. Is like you get the sensations I don't think that ever goes away as far as like, hooray, I don't have to go to school. Like God, I haven't been in high school for 20 years, 30 years. And it's like, still, it's like, yeah, no school. This is exciting.
You can smell it.
Like, oh, it's just more responsibility because the kids are available.
Oh, damn, they're not in school. No, they're. Yeah. So it's been here's and there's. What about you?
Yeah, well, I'll say that this has been an absolute revelation. Because we picked up an embarrassing story is that when we had a big move from Southern Ontario to Northern Ontario, imagine 4 to 6 hours distance, and I forgot many of the larger items that I should have packed into our moving van, including like a huge painting, some furniture. I think it was a barbecue, just like big things that we needed. And I forgot to pack them. Like they were like set aside in the garage, and just like there was enough like hubbub and activity that I just blew it. I forgot it. So we've been kind of patiently waiting, like, okay, so maybe my folks will visit and they can bring the bikes, or we can go get it. Never happened. So we said we literally got this like fever of like, summer's here. This is it. Like we're losing week by week.
Yes.
This golden opportunities.
Time. Yep.
So forget it. We are just buying bikes. We're buying new bikes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If we get to, not new, sorry, like used. Definitely used bikes.
New used.
Just like,
yeah. No, I'm like, wow, big spender.
Yeah. So which is like, quick aside, as a cavalcade of, hold on, I should put up our banner warning people that we're going off topic. So the range of prices for bikes online goes anywhere for $200 for a rust bucket down to $50 for a triathlete ready bicycle. It is the most bizarre, random pricing you've ever seen. Plus nobody answering phone. Like it's a nightmare. Yeah. But we bought bikes. So we said, forget it. The summer is so precious. There are so few weeks. We're just buying new bikes. Like we're buying bikes online. So bought some super cheap, really nice stuff. And then but the important one is we bought a trailer.
Oh, okay.
So we bought the bike trailer, like the 2-seater.
The little hitch thing? Oh, okay. Yeah,
This is the greatest thing ever. It is so good. Like you don't understand. Because like the kids love it. They absolutely adore it. They ask all the time. It's like, oh, let's go for a bike ride. Let's go for a bike ride. They want to be in that thing.
Nice.
I like biking. Right? Okay,
this is a win-win.
So like, can we go biking? I'm like, yes,
absolutely.
Yes, we can go. Because at that point too, they're just happy to go for the ride. So I have agency as to where we go. So we're just kicking around. My wife also has her bike. So as a family, we're just biking and we're enjoying something.
Nice. That's
good. Like it's like any time with the kids is precious and amazing. But like ultimately, a lot of the time, it's kind of like you're just bringing them someplace so they can experience something, and of course you're getting memories and everything. It's amazing and wonderful, but it's not, you're not thinking, I want to do this thing, and then the whole family just kind of comes with you, right? But with this bike now, it's like, I would want to do a bike ride. Like I would want to go, but then for them to request to do this thing that I also want to do, and all of us get to do it, and it's so easy and sequential. It's stunning. Like it's just so happy. Like it's such an amazing ride. This thing is fantastic too, because it turns into a stroller.
Wow, it like transforms. You got like
you just like slap a wheel on the front, and then you can just put handles, and it's like a 2-seater stroller.
Okay.
So you go on your bike and you lock up your bikes. You just walk around if you needed a stroller. It's got like a bit of storage. So it's the type of thing I wish a dad had clued me in to how amazing that would have been. I wish I had this thing for a while now.
Okay.
Because it is so cool. It's so freeing. You're given agency. Kids adore it. You can go places. It's incredibly useful. So man, it's awesome. Like it's been such a great win for this summer. The discovery of the summer.
The discovery of the summer. Okay, well, new dads out there, just buy the bike trailer, make your kids happy, make you happy. It sounds like it's a win.
Oh, I would highly recommend it. Now you'd mentioned the preamble, like, so your kid actually, so your kid passed a milestone.
Yes.
That had a very first experience, which was, you played it off. Like I jumped off my seat. I was so excited to hear it. That was like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So walk us through what happened.
So much like your win, is another dad win for me, where my youngest son saved up his money, saved up his gift cards, and said, "Dad, I want to buy a game." And I'm like, "What? What game? This is amazing." And usually I'm like,
What's this like? Tell me more. Tell me more.
usually I'm like, "What mobile game is it? And is there in-app purchases?" And no, we can't get that because blah, 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 blah. Because it's all those tap games, and like, these aren't challenging you. So he's like, no, I want to go to the game store, EB Games. I'm like, shh. Okay, let's go. Let's make a family trip out of it. So I took the boys. Everyone brought their wallets, and he went there. And I told him how much he could afford, because he can barely read. But I said, here's all the games that you can get. But there's money. Like, you have to teach him about, once this money is paid to the store clerk, it doesn't come back to you. This is it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, no, I want this. So he picked out Super Mario Maker 2 as his game.
Dang.
And just
that's not just a game. That's like a way of life. That's practically an education tool. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like a total creative endeavor. Amazing.
Just a little background there. He loves Mario Maker, the original, on his 3DS. Loves it. And he loves creating crazy levels for me to impossibly beat. I cannot beat them. They're insane. But he loves doing that to me, where he makes 17 Bowsers on the screen and says, "Dad, play my level," and then laughs at me when I fall.
So hold on. So if I understand Mario Maker, though, for you to publish the level,
yes,
you have to beat it first. Does he do that, or does he just kind of cheat and just give it to you whatever he makes?
So for the original Mario Maker, he didn't publish anything. I turned that function off. So yeah, no, he didn't complete any of it, and I just died horribly each
impossible.
time. Yeah, there's no way you could beat it. There's no buts
That's
around
so
it.
Adorable.
So with the new one, he was totally excited to get it. He saw different courses, different stuff you could do with it, all the other new options. So he was really excited to get it home. Got it home. It's a little cartridge, like his first game cartridge. I can almost
that drive. Hold it slow up. That drive home. The drive home when you use your own money as a kid.
Yeah, and he's holding onto it. Just
promise that they don't have he's missing out because they used to have beautiful little books you got to read about. So
even
you
the
bought
boxes.
the game, and you go back in the car and you're reading the book.
Yeah,
preparing yourself for when you finally get home and you can run to your console.
Yeah.
So he is in the car holding the game.
With the game,
just like
with
we
the little
did.
cartridge, and then he's trying to get the plastic off. He's like, "Daddy, help me, I want the plastic off." But I'm like, no, just wait until we get home. So we unwrapped it, and I can almost smell it. You know that smell of the game, the new smell? I hope that sticks in his memory, because that still sticks with me. But he got it out, and he said, "Can I play it now? Because it's not his Switch, it's my Switch." So
and you said no.
I said no and sent him to his room. Give me that
Life
game.
lesson.
I'll play it out for you. No, but he put it in. We had a great time. They have tons of stuff in there. It's not you don't have to. The original Mario Maker, you had to earn all the blocks, so you had to do the single player to earn all the stuff you used to build with. This one is just none of that.
Let's go for it.
Very helpful for families. If you fail so many times, Luigi comes out and says, "Hey, you want some help?" and gives you all these power-ups. So that makes you feel like crap. But as a kid, it's awesome because he can do it himself and get through the game. And he was making a bunch of levels that, again, are impossible. But he did make one he could beat in order to upload it. So there is one out there that he has created. And one person has liked it, and he was over the moon. So
that is
been a good time.
God, what a jump too. So so you've been working with him on money. Here's an allowance, or you've earned chores and everything, and he takes that to heart enough to actually save up money, and then he takes it and purchases this game. Dang, man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's man, because the first game. It's almost like there's the badges of honor, unlock trophies for dads, and
yeah, that's right.
Kid plays his first game, kid beats his first game, kid buys his first game would be
I think so.
How stunning! And some of our gaming dads here, there's some kids who made games, and that's actually that's kind of what they're doing as far as
next step
Mario Maker.
Well, yeah, make your own levels. You never know, it could go into that stuff too. So, yeah, no, it's his first first real game, and that game I usually say wait for sales and stuff, but that game is, it's a Mario game. It's not going to come down in price for a while.
That'll never.
He was super excited, and we're playing it. We'll put the level codes maybe up on our Twitter and Instagram and stuff. So,
and I'd actually say that knowing the positive effect that had, I'd say if any gaming dads are listening, and they have codes from their kids, send it into the show. We'll propagate it out, and just everybody like everybody else's, because those little nods of encouragement can go like such a far away. So we'd love to get a little like chain going to help all these little Mario makers. That's fantastic.
Good idea. So it's been good.
So now he's making Mario levels. Would you want him to do this on the brand new Nintendo Switch Lite that was just announced?
I don't know what Nintendo was thinking about this Switch Lite or Lite Switch. So for anybody that doesn't know, it's basically a Switch with attached Joy-Cons, and a bunch of features. Yeah, a little smaller. Battery life is supposed to be a little better, probably because of maybe the size or the makeup of it. But I don't know. I think it kind of goes against what Nintendo has been said about sharing and playing with friends, because if Joy-Cons are attached, you can't really take it somewhere and kickstand it and have people jump in. So I find that kind of contradictory to their original kind of push for it, and the family console stuff kind of semi goes out the window unless you buy extra controllers. So it's a little different.
And even if that's the case, like the non-inclusion of the kickstand alone, to me, just really seals its fate. Because to kickstand it, you would have to not be holding it, which means you would not only need two extra Joy-Cons, you need four if you're going to participate.
That's $200 up here in Canada. So
I just wonder if they read the tea leaves, they looked at the data. Like I wonder if they must have been looking at the data, surveys, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like there is a wide swath of people who are just never docking this thing. They all of their game time is just them playing the thing.
Right.
So, and you see it all the time. Like you see Switches on subways. Like in the wild, I have seen it a bunch of times. So it's not uncommon that it's out and about. And is it just their roll of the dice for it? What perturbs me about so it's not. I'm not so surprised about it.
No.
Maybe slightly disappointed, because I was kind of hoping for maybe the cheaper version, because I would like to dive in for it. But what's upsetting like that puts too much emphasis on it. Like what doesn't jive for me is the price. Like it's just not enough of a difference to warrant the trade-offs. Like it's $100 savings on a $400 console.
Yeah.
And for the world of, and I doubt it comes with a game.
No, I don't believe it does. No.
So all in, you're still going to be paying about $400 without any of the coolest possible things of this. Like it docks the TV, and these things come off, and it's got a kickstand, and I can give with this one unit and just the Joy-Cons that come with it. With Mario Kart, for instance, I can give you one. Now it's a 2-player game.
Yeah.
Like it, and even now, if you had it, doesn't have a kickstand, you can attach Joy-Cons to it, but that's kind of it becomes a whole bunch of weirdness. The trade-offs don't seem to match up with the price. Is that the impression you kind of got too?
I believe so. And hopefully that your first game isn't Mario Party, because it requires the Joy-Cons to be detached to use. So I think they're just getting into a world of trouble where grandma or grandpa buys them this version and then it doesn't work, or the parents aren't properly reading up on what's possible, because the games that came out where you need the Joy-Cons detached, or some other aspect of the game requires them to be detached, they're not saying that on the game case, because that was never a problem, and now it kind of is. So what do? Now you're going to run into a little bit of problems with some games, and I'm not saying that you can't ever play it, but I don't think Mario Party would be compatible, and that's a pretty big flagship for Nintendo. So I don't know. Yeah, I think they kind of screwed it a little bit, and maybe with the 3DS too. I don't know. Like they're kind of killing that off too.
Yeah, like maybe that's just their replacement, and why have two completely diverse. Like they don't want to make Mario games for DS also and the Switch, and just say it's all DS. And I think for anybody purchasing it in a family home, it's a non-buy. I feel fairly confident saying that. Like it's just the features that they've taken out just make it so family unfriendly.
Yes.
That it's absolutely, spend the extra $100. It is not worth bringing into a family home.
No. Yeah.
If you are a 20-something looking to play some Zelda, like especially on the subway or something, okay,
maybe, yeah.
But for $100, it'd be more like it'd be more a decision that I want to have a smaller machine. I think more portable machine.
Yes.
It's like this Switch, and to be fair, it's fairly bulky. That's not. The current Switch is portable enough. It's not hyper portable, right?
No, yeah. You'd need a pretty big case. You need a case for it, right? Where almost the 3DS, you could almost fit in your pocket.
Yeah, so this
or
is
suit jacket.
So this is closer to that, so you can kind of see it, but we'll see. Like I have a hard time too strongly dismissing it because it's just Nintendo's track record is sterling. I don't think they would make this type of decision without something to back it up.
Yeah, no, I think there's probably a market for it. I just hope they're just well informed on what they're getting into, just in case.
Yeah, if anything, I just say like I'm probably like just disappointed because I wanted a cheaper Switch to buy, basically.
Yeah, no, I get it. You've been looking at them for a while, so, or even announce the other way where it's a Pro and then discount the Switch, the original.
Well, I know that they've since come out and they've announced a slightly updated Switch, which I think basically just comes down to new batteries,
right?
And that's about it.
Which happens with technology, even if they changed, whatever the motherboard chips, whatever makes them smaller, faster, stronger. They usually do that every couple of years and refresh the SKU on these things. So I thought they were going to do a Pro version and just try to get people getting the Switch original and then gearing up for the Pro if you wanted that next level of gaming. Like maybe, the Wolfenstein is now more upgraded, or there's more games that can come out with it because there is a Pro version. I don't know. Nintendo's very protective of their circle of gamers, so maybe this does level the playing field where no one is having to buy a Pro to play certain games and Lite where they're not, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It can get messy.
That's fine. I would say everything would be fine. I definitely agree with you. Like the fact that some games really do require you to take out the Joy-Cons. Like that might be something that they actually from here on out say that's not allowed.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to have that type of duality where it's like this works on some Nintendos but not on some other Nintendos. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like you said, confusing grandmas everywhere to no end.
Yeah, it would be. Even Smash Brothers, you'd have to get more controllers. You can't. Anyway, yeah.
Multiplayer. I was wondering if you've so with the No Man's Sky Beyond Watch continues.
Oh yes, it does.
And it's not out yet.
Nope, we had a couple scares. There's some mentions of it. Well, like they were tweeting about it, tweeting about next set of updates, or those tweets they come out with that are kind of ambiguous, and you're like, not so sure what that means, and you were looking for a shadow drop, like it's out tomorrow, but nope.
So you're releasing it?
Nope, not yet.
Nah. Just waiting. Have you been? What's your current usage of your VR set? Like, are you playing with it all these days, or is it collecting a little bit of dust now that it's
now that it's summer? It's dust. I will be honest. It's dust. It's dusted. Snap. No, yeah, we haven't done much with it. The last game that we were really actively playing was Beat Saber, which I will recommend to everybody because it's amazing. But yeah, it's just with summer. I don't know. You're out a lot. It's hot. I don't really feel like gluing the thing to my face. But that said, I wouldn't mind going into space in VR because it would be fun.
Yeah, like it's so, man, it's just like the prospect of it has me so enraptured. I'll say this, I don't know if I mentioned on the previous one, I was a little bit disappointed because I have what's the flying simulator one?
Oh,
I'm going to Google something real quick here for the episode. Trevor Googles something. PSVR flight sim. Should come up pretty quickly.
Eve Valkyrie, is that what it is?
Nope.
Oh, the airplane one. Airplane one?
Yeah, this is come on.
This is how long it's been. This is how long it's been. Pilot, it's like that Pilot Wings kind of thing.
Very much like Pilot Wings, not Ultra Wings.
Ultra
Jeez,
Wings.
Thank you.
Pilot Wings.
God. Okay, so they came out with an update and they enabled the HOTAS. So that's the the super serious like flight simulator or joystick.
Yep.
Which I have from my Elite Dangerous days.
That's nice.
So at the time I didn't have it on me, so I just kind of kept having it in the back of my mind, like, oh, like that'd be really cool, like AR headset, like actual like flight simulator stick. This will be fantastic. I don't have the right one.
Oh no!
the PlayStation didn't recognize it. I had it all like I just felt like such a dork. Where I'm just trying to imagine like the setup where here's this dweeb with this like space helmet on. He's got like his joysticks all ready to go.
Yeah.
And just not recognized.
No, misfire. Does not launch.
Oh, it was so sad.
That sucks. Oh no.
Because the one I have is like on the thing it says PS3 and PC.
Okay.
But there's some part of me that thought that maybe it'd be backward compatible.
Maybe, right?
Nah.
Because PS4 is kind of PC architecture or more so.
Worth a roll of the dice, but no dice.
Okay, so that being said, if this does come out, No Man's Sky, and has HOTAS support, but you get it on PC then, I guess?
So I own it for PC.
Okay, well then...
I remember I picked it up at a Steam sale at a silly
That's right, yeah, you can
discount.
jump in there.
But I don't have any VR for my... Well, like, okay, but at least would have... Well, I would currently have HOTAS. I don't know if they even has HOTAS. And I'll be honest, like, the flying of it isn't... Of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It is not super...
It's not
simulator
as realistic,
like,
yeah, that...
Yeah, like the actual flight simulator where I'd be able to... It's very much just all about flying to the point where I actually got, like... I'll have like stomach heaves as I'm like doing some really deep dives in a good way. Like you're getting the senses of it.
Yeah.
Like that seems cool. No Man's Sky.
Not so much. Okay.
But yeah, like I get the feeling that there's going to be a lot of PSVR headsets turned on the day that launches. Like it's...
Yeah, mine included. I'm ready. I heard through the rumor mill that it did pass the PS4 Pro like QA. They're just working on the original PlayStation to get it up because it has to get up to that certain frame rate. Otherwise, it makes people sick. So I've heard rumor, I don't know if it's true, that it's ready to go. It's just they're working on the original.
Jeez,
which might not be possible. Like, I don't know. Like
that would terrify me. So if they've gone all this way and they can't do it, like I don't think they would have been so irresponsible to announce it.
Well,
yeah. We both said it well at the same time. Yeah. But I'd like to think they learned their lesson from like overreaching on their first launch.
I think they could get it to work. It's just a matter of like what level of detail do you want it to be at. So maybe they're trying to achieve like the vision of foliage happening.
So they have a serviceable version in their pocket. Now they're just trying to like.
So yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what the rumors are, and take that with a grain of salt. But it is supposed to be releasing summer of 2019, so we have one more month of summer ish. Yeah. But come on.
That's gonna be something. It'll represent the first. I never beat it. Like I never got to the center, which I think is the purpose of it before a restart.
Oh, I was nowhere close. No, I just like jumped around and being killed by toxic planets and other things.
You never had a good run, so
no.
And it will really represent the largest game in VR to date by far, as far as like just variety, size, scale, the stuff that you can do, build bases, fly planes, fight. Like that is exciting, man.
It'll be good when it comes. It will come. We'll be here. Reporting live. For some.
That's right. Yeah, probably tomorrow after the show airs.
That's right. Yeah, we'll have to get back.
Totally fine.
Yep.
But we have to get back to watching the download channels in case it does show up. So that's a great time to call off the episode here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you'd like to get a hold of the show, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also reach out via email. We'd love to hear from you, show ideas. As we mentioned in this show, if you have a little one who's made a Mario Maker 2 level, send it to the group. We'll blast it out to all the channels. I'd love to get kind of a positive reinforcement thing going because 10, 20, 30 likes on any particular level can really spur some more creativity.
Lift those spirits, yeah.
Yeah. If you have a beer recommendation, Jeff clearly needs some beer recommendations, given that he brought a Keith to this episode, which was not exactly the spirit, but we'll forgive him given his dad time. So reach out. We'll be returning back to Gaming Dad Victories of the Week, probably towards the end of summer. So if you are yourself a gaming dad with a great story or know somebody else who is, we'd love to hear you about that. And, as always, if you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and any of the major podcasting networks, we'd really appreciate a like, a comment, and a subscription, and a pass along to any other gaming dad as we try to grow out this hobby, this gaming hobby for dads whenever you possibly have time. But we can't thank you enough for listening. Once again, this has been New Dad Gaming. My name is Trevor, and I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old.
All right. We'll see you next week.
All right. Peace.